Hello and welcome back to Crosshatch Puzzles. We are here for another New York Times Daily Crossword Solve. It is today, Monday, January 5th, 2026, but I'm back solving a couple of puzzles I didn't get to over the holidays. I thought I might do yesterday's puzzle for Sunday, January 4th today, but looking at the amount of time that I have, I think this will probably be a better fit. And so this is actually the very first puzzle of 2026, and it is also the very first puzzle contributed by Topher Booth, or at least the first he's had published. This is his debut for the New York Times. A little bit unusual to have a debut on a Thursday, but here we are, and congratulations to Topher on this. So let's see what he has in store for us for Thursday, January 1st, 2026. A themed puzzle, presumably. We'll see. You're looking at it. Could be grid. Could be clue. I'm not sure what part of this we're looking at. File type. Do we want like JPEG or something? I don't really know. Piano technician, a tuner, probably piano tuner. Parasite's target is a host. Had no co-conspirators, worked alone? No. Something like that, though. Preparation for many a surprise party. I'm going to say something like a ruse or something like that. Which 1991 comedy starred Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss? 1991. Should know this. And also probably something's going on here, so I don't really know. Quotidian means every day. Usual, maybe. Charon's domain is the river Styx. He was the ferryman of the river Styx. Bistecca blank Fiorentina, Italian dish. Probably alla, I would guess. Roll for any pots on young Sheldon. I don't know. Let's look at some downs. Idly pluck as a banjo. Oh. Thrum? I would have wanted strum, but maybe it's thrum like that. You're looking at it. This looks weird, though. Eat always wins, they say. Huh. Not sure which idiom they're talking about there. One of us, say. One of us. Say, and us is capitalized. Driver of some engines. Steam engines. You're looking at it. What am I looking at? This. You're looking at it? I'm looking at this? Is that what always wins? Is this Mima, the grandmother? Organization for the Fever and the Dream. Is this the WNBA, I think? Actor Fishburne of The Matrix. How do you spell his name? Like that, I think? Figure in much World War I propaganda. I don't know. Kid with a root. Probably a paper boy. End of many modern addresses. .com, like that, probably. Uncle Sam, is that what we want? Majestic. Stately. R. French. You are. Vous êtes, maybe, like that. Which unit of data storage could hold 200,000 HD movies? Probably we want some kind of byte here, but I think there's some punniness going on, so I don't really know what's happening here. Like most oysters served with mignonette. Do we mean raw? They're raw oysters? Some Bavarian cries. Olays? No. Some Bavarian cries. File type. A rasp? Do we want like a nail file type? Achs, like this maybe? petabyte or something. Had no, acted alone. Had no co-conspirators, okay. The 19th letter, presumably now of the Greek alphabet, is tau, I guess. Sephora, competitor. I don't know, some makeup brand or makeup store. Gallant, noble. Enola Gay. Steel rod with riches, rebar. Gift for a musician is ear, if they have that kind of a gift. What? Oh, maybe there's a rebus. Petabyte, like that. So what about Bob? Alta, that sounds right. Okay, so that's tab. One of us say Us Weekly, an issue of Us Weekly, like that. This does look like ruse after all. It always wins. The house always wins. You're looking at it is this. Okay, fine. Educational support group, parent-teacher association. Sounds of realizations. Oz, as I just said when I figured out that top left corner. Who won Best Supporting Actor for Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas? Do we want, like, for tab here, do we have different rebuses that are different, like, letters, like keys on the keyboard or something? What Edvard Munch painting inspired a poster for Home Alone? The Scream. Okay, so this is the escape key. Joe Pesci, Goodfellas, The Scream. So I think I was right about the keys of the keyboard here. Like the origins of Buddhism and Hinduism, Asian, I guess. Picture stats are ERAs. Investigate. Oh yeah. I don't know. Assessment informally, an exam, short for examination. Undisguised. Maybe this is an eval, not an exam. Short for evaluation, because undisguised could be overt. Scope out, to investigate. Sit. Sit. I don't know. Where many family names begin O. I think they want Eire here, the Irish name for Ireland. Take over for. Take over for. I have something wrong here. Initialism for an online advertiser. What fictional English heavy metal band consists of David St. Hubbins, Nigel Tufnell, and Derek Smalls? Fictional English heavy metal band. Is the Spinal Tap? Cat breed from an island in the Irish Sea. This is the Manx cat, I believe. Home to the first NFL team to win a Super Bowl in its own stadium, 2021. Don't know. What Mediterranean nation lies between Italy and Libya? Is this Greece? Mediterranean nation. Italy and Libya. Mediterranean nation. Huh. Go for the gold? Question mark? I don't know what they want there. Apropos. Apt, maybe? Tampa? Chill pill, essentially. Relaxant. Go for the gold. Win? Seems weird. What if this was Tampa? Go for the gold. Pen or pun or pin? This does look like Spinal Tap. And it looks, oh, the Alt key. There we go. Malta. Between Italy and Libya. There we go. Pan. Oh, you pan for gold. Okay, great. Filled is satiated. Pitted fruit could be a plum. Gorgon slain by Perseus. That's Medusa. Entry in red ink. A debit, maybe, sometimes shown in red. Denizen of hell, probably a demon. So-called fifth taste. Umami. Neighbor of Java, Bali, Indonesian island. Kind of wind or an alternative to wind is solar. So you can have solar wind coming from the sun, or you can have solar power, which is an alternative to wind power. Prayer leader is an imam in Islam. Mob Psycho 100 genre is anime, and to bore is to tire. Negative for Nikolai. Oh, so this is not right then. Because negative for Nikolai probably is going to be niet, I would think. Buffalo to Baltimore direction. Southeast? Blank a blank is probably tete-a-tete here. Southeast for sure. East, southeast, or southeast. Test graders' aids, or what is needed to respond to the 6 italicized clues in this puzzle. A rebus? What are they after here? To take over for could be to relieve. Erin, maybe here, where many family names begin O. Then this could be niet. Sit. Park it, you could ask someone or demand of someone. Answer keys. Oh, I see. Heart chart for short. An electrocardiogram, either ECG or EKG. Nancy Drew and Sherlock Holmes are both detectives, so ECG it is. Singer Stefani, Gwen Stefani, formerly of No Doubt. Cohort. I don't know. 2010 release, now owned by Meta, informally Instagram. Lit for fun, for example. Lit for fun. I don't know. Cohort. Prefix with genetics. Epigenetics? Group of experts could be a panel. Cohort. Lit for fun. Horrors, egads. Oh, a cohort is a gang. And lit for fun. Oh, I see. So not literature for fun, or not lit like a candle for fun, but the word lit as a meaning, as a slang word for fun is an example of slang. Okay, let's find out. All right, so our theme here is answer keys, which means that we have various keys, I guess, that are part of the answer, and we need to put those keys in as rebuses in order to respond to the 6 italicized clues. In each case, we have a cross and a down clue that intersect, and both use the rebus. So here, the 1991 comedy starring Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss is What About Bob? Here, the unit of data storage holding 200,000 HD movies is a petabyte or petabyte, but you need the tab key as a rebus from your keyboard entered as a rebus in order to get this. Here, the Munch painting, the Scream, and the best supporting actor Joe Pesci both need the escape key entered as a rebus in order to solve this correctly. And then on this side, the fictional English heavy metal band Spinal Tap and the Mediterranean nation of Malta both need the alt key. I'm a little disappointed that they didn't find a way to include the control key, but I guess also that's a PC specific thing. It's the command key on Mac, so maybe not quite as universal, but this is still pretty fun to include these answer keys in this week's puzzle. This got me a little. You're looking at it. Often they will ask you what the it is more specifically than just this. So I was thrown off by that. I thought it might be something like clue or grid, but turns out to be this. I've not really heard thrum as a word for playing a banjo, but okay, that's fine, I guess. This also file type there's a lot of good wordplay in this, I will say, a lot of good misdirection. This is not a file type as in on a computer, but a file type that you might use to file your nails. What else was good? Good wordplay. Gift for a musician I've seen a few times before, and we know that This is not something you'd get for a musician, but something that would be a gift if your occupation was a musician. I didn't know that Tampa was the first one to win a Super Bowl in its own stadium. We'll try and remember that. The wrong thing for assessment at first, but fixed that pretty quickly. Cohort got me for a while, but there's no wordplay here. It's just gang. This I thought was going to be Eire, but it turns out to be Eire. I'm not sure of the distinction there. Maybe one does mean Ireland and maybe one does not, but I'll have to look at that and see what's going on there. Lit for fun is a quite good wordplay here. For often, I should remember this, for often is an indication that you're trying to think of the relationship between the two words rather than the definitions. Bore is not wordplay, but that can mean a number of things. One of us is tricky too. You got to think of Us Weekly here. What else? 19th letter. Often letter clues are about the Greek alphabet, not the English. Oh, I don't think I got doxes here. Maliciously publishes the private info of someone online is to dox them. Modern addresses is often looking for web addresses there. Go for the gold is tricky too. Panning for gold is an old gold rush era term that's not really used so much anymore, so a little bit out of the vocabulary. What did this end up being? Oh, SEO, search engine optimization. Okay, didn't go over that either. And this is a good clue for solar. Interesting to think that it can be a kind of wind or an alternative to wind power. And I think that's kind of it. Buffalo to Baltimore ended up being south-southeast. Okay. So that's our puzzle for Thursday, January 1st. A great debut construction by Topher Booth and a good theme and some good wordplay for sure. Congratulations to Topher. And if you like to solve, please do give me a thumbs up. If you want to know when I'm posting next, hit the subscribe button. You'll get those notifications. And we'll see you next time on Crosshatch Puzzles. Thanks for joining me.